Hello YouTube, my name's Al Cooper and this week I'm going to be doing some more mods to the robot Strat. So this is a Madison branded import Strat that I got from a local charity shop. It came with some very inexpensive ceramic pickups. I've swapped them out for these, which, if my camera will focus, are Mexican standard left-handed Strat pickups. I found that for whatever reason the bridge pickup is a little bit weak. I'm not quite sure why that is. I've also modded the saddles, put some nice black knobs on because why wouldn't you? It looks pretty awful with all white hardware. I call it the robot because it's got a tuner built in and it actually works and everything, and I really like that. So it's got locking tuners I put on. It's painted on the back as well as the front. I put a big bridge block on it because why wouldn't you? That's it. It plays really nicely. I haven't played it in ages, but it's even largely still in tune. But anyway, the bridge pickup, as I was saying, was a bit weak and a bit lackluster, and I'm a neck pickup dweller on Strats a lot of the time. And the neck pickup sounded, it wasn't bad, but it's quite chimey. Not in a good way. These are ceramic pickups, the MIM ones are made in Mexico, MIM pickups are. So I found it a bit brittle and a bit difficult to deal with. So then I had an idea. As this doesn't really look like a regular Strat anyway, it's sort of some sort of bastard hybrid. I mean, I don't even know what that wood is on the fretboard. Look at that. It's got some really weird, it looks like some sort of composite material even, because it's so, I don't know, it's so bizarre, but it looks really cool. It plays really nice, the neck's nice. But anyway, I wasn't really enamoured with the pickups in this, and one thing led to another, and I figured, why don't I turn it into something non-stratty? Because I've got a few Strats now that do the Strat thing to me really, really well. So I decided to plump some Warman pickups. So I got the Guard off Facebook. This is a Warman Peacemaker neck pickup, which is a ceramic magnet. It's a ceramic magnet neck pickup. It's a little humbucker, but it's single coil sized. It's 4-wire, not that one. It's 4-wire, which means you can turn off one of the coils and make it effectively a single coil. I got I believe it's a Maelstrom in the bridge here, which is again a little mini humbucker. Well, not mini, sorry, single coil sized humbucker. This is an Alnico magnet. I was really excited about that because, especially for bridge pickups, I find ceramic magnets don't really tend to do it for me in the pickups that I've found. Obviously it depends on the winding and loads of other crap. I can't just narrow it down to that, but I have an inkling, I have a hunch that this pickup will do it a bit better for me. And the middle at the moment, I don't know, I had this middle single coil set, this middle pickup from a single coil set knocking about. Very inexpensive. It's just got a ceramic bar magnet, like a bloody fridge magnet on the bottom. It's obviously only 2-wire because it's only 1 coil. And the plan was originally, cheap 5-way and pots. Got a push-pull there, see, which will come into play in a second. My plan originally was, if I have this single coil, which would be quite a weak single coil because it's cheap, if I have that in the middle, then when I have the humbucker split, which drops the output because you're only using one of the 2 coils, it should match a bit better with the middle when I've got it in positions 2 and 4, sorry. But at the same time, I and ah because I've got this Select by EMG, which is a Far Eastern made single coil sized. I mean, it's a single coil. It's a Stratty pickup, but it's humbucking. So it's not a single coil, but it's not a Strat sized humbucker. It is in fact a noiseless single coil of sorts. These are pretty cheap. They came stock in some, I think it was Jackson guitars or something like that, a Charvel or something, back in the 80s and 90s. They're not particularly well regarded. It will be a ceramic magnet, but with it being humbucking, that will mean that it's a bit darker than a regular single coil. So, and because it's 2 coils, in my head I'm thinking maybe it will match the outputs of these a bit better, because most of the time they're not going to be split. So I'm thinking about wiring this in. Also, it's only 2 wire, as you can see. So it will be the same wiring on the diagram as a normal single coil. So my plan at the moment is to not use this, but to use this. So can't hold it all together, but by the end of the day, in theory, I should be left with something a bit more like that. So, as this is a Strat, thankfully it's all on here, apart from the jack socket and 1 ground wire to the bridge. It's all self-contained on here. So the plan is to wire it up using some sort of... I've got to use a wiring diagram from Seymour Duncan, because everyone and their mum uses their diagrams, and they are really good diagrams. However, as these are Warman pickups, the colours are different, and I do have a screenshot from the Warman website of what their wiring diagrams are. So it's going to be a case of going slow and steady, and a bit of translation in my head as we go along. And again, just, okay, so this is the south start, so that means this red is this green, or whatever. That's about it, really. So I'm finally getting around to wiring it up. Let's get these old strings off. These pots are 250k, and this switch is a made in Mexico switch, which may stay, may not. I may just use the cheap one because it's already in there and I'm lazy. So anyway, let's get the strings off, heat up the soldering iron, and now, do you know what? Obviously, we've got to wire this up first, so let's wire this up first and then go from there. So I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I didn't bother filming all that because I had to cut loads of bits of wire to go between the tone and all that, and to be honest, it was very long-winded and very boring. But I'm just soldering in the last joint to the ground on the jack, if it wants to cooperate. I chuffing hope it does. Cool. Very neat, very untidy, sorry, very haphazard, but I've tried to make my solder joints pretty decent. So now I've got to put the bugger back together. And hopefully it will make noise. So all this isn't very tidy at all. What's stopping it from going in? There we go. Now something here. There we go. So I've got to move a couple of wires out of the way because they're stopping it laying flat. I can feel here. So it lays flat over there now, but it won't lay flat. Where is it? Where would it not quite lay flat? It's here. So something here stopping it. Anyway, I will just check that it all lays flat. Quick mock-up of how it's going to look. Just going to screw it back up and put the strings on. So, I did a pop test and I get crackle when I move the volume pot, but I get absolutely nothing from any of these pickups. Second problem, the holes in this pick guard don't line up with the old one, even though it's meant to be I believe it's meant to be a imperial one, metric one, import, but either way it doesn't work, yay. Third problem, because it's a push-pull, this won't lay flat in the pick guard. And yes, I've tried moving wires out the way and that doesn't work either. So all in all, an abject failure. But what did we learn? Mini pots are a bastard to work with. Thin wiring is a bastard to work with, especially in a very, very small confined space. I'm going to cut out a load of the crap in the editing. Yeah, didn't work. I'll come back to it another day. Well, that's about it, really. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll get this up and running at some point, but at least you can see roughly what it looks like now, and I can sell the Mexi pickups that were in the old one, the old guard. So, there you go. Thanks for watching. My name's Al. Like, subscribe. Hopefully I'll get this bastard working at some point. Until then, until next week, bye.
Bye!